Tim, do you have something to say about this?
Oh, sure. It's interesting to think about how we come to the point where we want to decide to rise above these psychic planes, and how important the real guides are if we've decided that we do want to take an adventure and see new things in life that we're not aware of now, and that all this stuff that we do on Earth, pretty much most of what man's doing seems like it's just a big waste of time, from the sounds of whether they're trying to find real truth or not. It seems like most of the people are just more interested in all these outer psychic things that are going on, and they think either their religions or the scientific community or stuff is telling them all there is to know, or something, that they're not too interested in finding out about the real universes. And it's such a wonderful opportunity to have some guidance and education, to not have to be stuck in these psychic realms, to get to the real universes through the real guides being in a person's life, and where we're finding out how to earn our way when we get to that point of wanting to explore or take the adventure, that we, instead of just staying the same, as if we don't wake up, it sounds like it's just going to be coming back into these psych realms over and over, until we do decide to pay attention to when the real guidance is being offered, like it is right now through the books that Dwayne has wrote and is presenting to the world, besides providing group whatever Zoom calls, and where he talks about things. And it's just, what is really important to mankind right now? What is it going to take to make them decide to try something different or just stay the same?
It seems to me people don't have any curiosity. You know, they're content doing what they're doing. There's no curiosity. There's no hunger to really explore. Maybe we are too complacent with the way things are going now. You know, it's all
we've been so.
They're just complacent. Their curiosity isn't piqued. You know, what is out there? What do you suppose it looks like? Where are we going? What is he saying? That there's more life than what we have here? What is it? Their curiosity doesn't seem to have a hold. Maybe they're when they are discontented with their life, and then, you know, I think somehow you have to reach the bottom of the barrel until you are really, things just aren't going the way you want, or maybe they're going too well, and there must be something else, you know. And so then the curiosity of a person is piqued, and they want to find out more instead of just being, the 9 to 5 and all the little drama that goes on. People seem to feel that that's all there is, that there just isn't anymore, but there is.
Or if a person is pushed up against the wall, then they're looking for something.
There always seems to be, at some point, a person hungers for more. Even the most religious, they're looking for something more.
It does seem like we're being interfered with to keep us from becoming more aware by the water that the masses drink with the fluoride and things in it to keep the human mind dumbed down. So we're having these influences affecting us about trying to keep our attention on all this stuff going on here on Earth.
Well, we do know that there is an influence out there, that has mind control, and there are bad guys out there that aren't doing us any favors, and I think their influence is leading to this complacency. That's just a thought.
Mm-hmm. No, agreed upon, Lila. It's good. I took to this because I was curious. Actually, I was happy with the spiritual path I was on, but when this came around, I was curious, just because I'm that way, and it was something interesting. So what happened, I looked into it, and it just made so much sense that although I was happy with where I was, this seemed a lot more, there's a lot more potential here. There's happy, and then there's the adventure, you could say. Happy is like you're comfortable, secure, safe, warm and fuzzy. And adventure is like, you're taking a risk, you're going outside your comfort zone and doing something you've never done before, and making life a little bit more
exciting.
Yeah. And part of this is the confrontation. I kind of like the confrontation that this brought with it. So once I made a decision to stay with the new presentation, there was a confrontation with the others that were in my spiritual path. Not all people, but some of them. And it was mild to, hateful, to scornful. But the confrontation itself, too, is kind of interesting, that aspect of it, because we learn a lot from being pushed or shoved or, like you say, Ariana, pushed into a corner. I mean, that kind of, we have to face ourselves and see where we stand with the pressures we get. Are we going to continue, or are we going to go back to the norm? So it's a huge undertaking. I mean, you can't imagine. Imagination can't even go there. What we're talking about, and what we're just using words here as references to ideas, which are references, but we actually can't articulate what we mean. We're just referencing certain ideas and through words. So the person has to take it upon themselves really to see what we're talking about. Because all we can do is reference things, hint at things, point the way, just like the real guides. But it's all right here and now. That's what's so cool about it. It's all, you don't have to go anywhere. It's right here and right now, today, right now, at this moment. It just takes the recognition of it.
Imagery and imagination, which are the fluid realities of life, become the functions of daydreams, nightly dreams, and also the true language of the various areas of the dream states. Dreams are revealed in images, which are displayed while the dreamer may take part or simply observe the actions. There becomes a communication to the personal self through thoughts and impressions of what is taking place and what is to be revealed. As I am writing this, Yabul Sakabi was in an experience where I saw him holding back these huge walls as the forces of righteousness and wrath tried to break through and get to me because of what I'm writing here and presenting to the world. In the experience, Yabul was standing where the two walls met. So there was a break to where I could see and feel the gigantic force trying to get through to destroy me. As Yabul held the walls, they were being pushed forward in my direction as I stood and watched. His back was pushed up against the walls, with him standing in the position of the break, and he slightly turned his head and looked in back of him at the force that was trying to get through, and then let out a scream as he was burnt on his face by the power emanating from the dark forces. When I woke from this experience, it took me a few moments to realize what had taken place. In this experience, Yabul was showing me the force at which there are those who do not want me to come to the surface. This is not the first time that Yabul has taken a hit for me, as I have seen him walk past me smiling with a gash on his forehead several times. Yabul and the rest of the real guides remind me of the Verizon commercial where the Verizon team is a backup. The real guides want what I'm presenting to come into the public view, but the rec systems and their appointed gods do not. This dream vision experience was exaggerated to show me what was really taking place on all those aligned to the lower twin forces and who do not want this super knowledge to get out. The setups most people have made in this world as their way of life are held to by the influence. Because with all the agreement she gets from the multitudes of unconscious souls, she will surely not want to let any of them reconsider their limited positions with her. Not everyone will have experiences as I do, because I am the new man. Those who want real guidance will be gently taken along so as not to disturb the sleeping beast that deems fear in all those under the shadow. So if one does not become the risk taker, then they will once again forfeit their life to more unconscious episodes in this passing dream. Those who have gross nightmares and actually types of possessions are those who have opened themselves to the psychic forces in some way, along with the fact that they have no real protection. The unseen forces which exist in the lower levels can be good, bad, or indifferent. It all depends how one relates to them. A person can develop many allies with the good forces, but if they play around with drugs, alcohol, smoking, and raunchy, diabolic music, as an example, then they're asking for trouble as though they were trying to dodge cars on the freeway. There was a movie some years back called Ghost, starring Patrick Swayze. In it, there was a good description of what happens to those people who mess with the dastardly choices, as they are little dark entities. Those came along and took who were killing others directly into the ground when they passed over to the astral dimension. There are no mistakes in life as we get all that's coming to us. Very few people will do what I'm presenting because they do not have the real courage to do so. They will stay as they are and play it safe, which is not really true because there's no safety here, only the illusion of being safe. I have been the is, and I know what is real. So I am not concerned about the choices that take place with this world and all the deception of the unaware can dream up. The watcher of the dream vision is the real you. Most people do not notice, but they really are not in their physical body. The occult teachings have taught mostly from the idea of the astral body, as it does shimmer, and so it is thought of as the soul of the person. But this isn't true. I really do represent the abilities of those who can see beyond what is really in front of them, such as psychic and seers, but they mainly see into the astral worlds and no farther. They can give certain predictions and match soul mates up, but they have no idea what real freedom is.